Hello everyone, welcome back to class of physics by Deepak sir. Student, today we will discussion about a chapter Gauss theorem for class 12th, which are very important chapter. It is related to electrostatics. So it is called electrostatics part 2. In this chapter we will discussion about electric flux and Gauss theorem and application of Gauss theorem. But before we study the chapter, we must to know about the area. So what is the area? So we will discussion about area. As you know, there are two types of area, open surface and closed surface. What is the difference between them? Please. Area. There are two types of area, open surface and closed surface. Open surface and closed surface, right? The example of open surface like circle, disc, triangle, rectangle and square also, and many more which have only plane surface is called open surface. So this is the square, this is the circle, disc, triangle and rectangle. In this type of surface, there are only two direction of area. This is the surface and the direction of area is perpendicular to the surface, outward or inward. Outward or inward. We will take any one direction through the whole numerical, okay, inward or outward for open surface. But in closed surface, the direction of area is always outward normal. तो यहाँ पर outward और यहाँ पर inward outward दोनों चलेगा, right? तो like sphere and cube. This is the example of closed surface. Cube, like packing, cuboid and cylinder. So they have closed surface. This is a sphere, this is a cube, then cuboid and cylinder. In this type of surface, it is called closed surface, and the direction of area vector is always outward normal. Here the direction of is closed surface is outward normal, and in this surface open में inward और outward दोनों चलेगा. Please याद रखिएगा. ओके, अब नई डिफिनेशन हमारे पास है इलेक्ट्रिक फ्लक्स. Electric flux. What is electric flux? There are two definitions of electric flux. First definition, general definition for physics, and second, another definition is given by Gauss. Gauss is the scientist name. And the first definition, that the number of electric lines of force. What is the meaning of? If this is the plane surface, or sheet held in electric field, and the direction of electric field is this. If we placed the sheet between the electric field, the number of electric force line passes through this surface. The number of electric force passes through this surface is called electric flux, but not count the electric field of this side, outer side, only inside. Okay, like if this is the surface and this is the electric field, you can see there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only 5 electric field passes through this surface held in electric field. Then the number of electric force lines 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is electric flux, but not count 2 lines. Okay, so you know the number of electric force lines passes through this surface is called electric flux. Electric flux is denoted by phi and base E. If we write here D, this is magnetic flux in magnetic chapter field. Phi E equal formula E dot A. Area is a vector quantity, electric field is a vector quantity, but this is a scalar quantity. So we use a scalar product, and we know that A dot B is equal to AB cos theta in scalar product. So it may be written EA cos theta. EA cos theta. This is the formula of flux. Phi is equal to E dot A is equal to EA cos theta, and the unit of electric field, force upon Newton. Any force, E is equal to F by Q, Newton by Coulomb, and the value of area is meter square. Okay, this is the electric flux. And now we will start Gauss theorem. In Gauss theorem, according to Gauss, phi E equal Q by epsilon naught. Q E in मतलब inside. So according to Gauss, phi is equal to Q in by epsilon naught. Q in means Q inside the surface. What is the meaning of inside? Means packing. You know about area, closed surface area. If we take a surface have Q1, Q2 minus Q3 and Q4 charge, then the phi E equal Q, total Q inside the surface in Q1 plus Q2 minus Q3 plus Q4 by epsilon naught. This is the electric flux. There are two definitions of electric flux. First, general definition, and another Gauss theorem. Gauss theorem, according to Gauss theorem, the total electric flux is the ratio of the total charge inside the closed surface. In closed surface and permittivity of free space, it is the ratio of total charge enclosed the surface to the permittivity of free space. This value is fixed value, you know. Okay. Now we start proof of Gauss theorem. Proof of Gauss theorem, let us consider an enclosed surface like this. This is the a sphere have a charge Q and the radius of sphere is R. Okay. Now take the small element of area. This is the small element of area dA. Right? We know that every charge produces electric field. This charge also produce electric field. The direction of electric field is this. Now we consider the electric field at this point P. We know that the flux passes through a small element of area dA, is phi E. Flux phi is equal to EA cos theta. So E into dA, E dA cos theta, and you know the direction of area vector is perpendicular of surface, and electric field direction are similar to the area. So the angle between area and electric field becomes 0 degree. If this is the dA, this is also d phi. This is also d phi. Okay, E into dA, because we know that cos 0 is equal to 1. D phi E. So this is the electric flux passes through this surface. If we want to electric flux through the whole surface, that means integration, then total flux passes through a whole surface, then d phi E dA integration. We know that the integration of d phi is equal to phi E, and the value of integral A E is equal to k q in by r square. This is the r square, and dA is the area. What is the area? This area, the distance between P to O is small r. The area of this surface 4 pi r square. You know, the area of whole sphere is 4 pi r square. 4 pi r square. But integration dA is equal to A. D is equal to A, right? K q in area 4 pi r square upon r square. R square will be cancelled, and the value of K 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. Q inside into 4 pi. 4 pi is cancelled to each other. Hence, phi E equal Q in by epsilon naught. This becomes proof. This is the general formula, and this is the Gauss theorem. Left hand side is equal to right hand side, though both the definition is correct. Okay, so students, please watch it carefully, and if you have any problem, then please write the comment in comment box. Thank you so much.